We're at a point with the TAA portal where we really want to get the next round of beta testing happening. So we've got some of the functionality working. In this little presentation, I'm going to talk about some of the up and coming modules and the overall structure, because it's fairly important now that we start to look at the navigation and the ease of use of the portal overall, with a view to what's coming up. So the first thing probably to talk, just to start off with, is, and which is really important, the members are technology-related business owners who want to turn their business into an asset with a view to selling for a significant price sometime in the future. Now, the reason that's important is because a lot of these business owners, or our target market in particular, business owners who are working in their business and they want to sell it at some stage in the future. Now, nobody wants to buy a business where the owner is still working in it. And so it's critical that if they want to achieve this, they need to start working towards being able to work on their business, not in it. In other words, they need to free up some time and spend time. And this portal that we're developing is going to be a platform that's going to facilitate freeing up time and also guide them to be spending more time, useful time and valuable time on turning their business into an asset. So there are going to be a number of modules. We've been currently working on the Connect module, which is almost complete. Our team have done that. We've also been working partly on the Build module. And so I'm just going to go quickly through these different modules and explain what's in them. Some of the stuff is going to be coming up in the future. A lot of it's going to be a lot simpler than what has been achieved already with the Connect and the Build modules. But I thought it's important now to have a look at the big picture. And the idea I've got, this is kind of a representation of how I see the main landing page. So once you log in, this is a page, or a page something like this you'll be presented with, which will be kind of the access to all the different modules and a list of daily activities. One of the things we want to achieve is something that's going to be easy to navigate, intuitive, and not overwhelming, even though there's a lot of stuff going on. The idea will be is you just use what you need to use at the time you need to use it, hopefully. So let's go through and explore some of the modules. So one of the things I want to achieve with this page is it needs to be alive, it needs to be living, it needs to be engaging. So going to the next one, we've got our Connect page. This has already been done. We've got our alliance partners. Who can you work with and who can you promote? And complementary partners, who has clients that you would like to meet and who has products that complement your products. So these are kind of ways that you can create partnerships with these different organizations. Now that part has already been pretty much done. We may just have to rearrange how it's presented a little bit. Coming up in the future, we'll have a job board where we can either find jobs from partners or external clients, or we can post jobs. I'm not going to worry too much about that one just at this stage, but that's something that we look at in the Connect module at a later date. Not critical right now. The Collaborate module, as I said, this is really about getting stuff done. So one of the things we can do here is joint marketing. So we can promote our products to our partners, or we can promote our partners' products to our clients. Either way, we make a margin. So we get work or business by promoting to our partners' clients, and we get margin if our partners do business with our clients. And so what we'd encourage everybody to do is have their own sales funnels with lead magnets, tripwires, and core products. So when you do a promotion, and the clients can just simply drop into the sales funnels and go through the normal sales process, from trying out your product, free trials, things like that, through to having a low cost, high value item and into a core product. So standard tripwire or standard sales funnels, sorry. What we're doing, of course, is we're actually filling the funnel, the top of the funnel. The other thing is we can be doing things like information briefings, video blogs, and even referral meetings where you get referred to, you get introduced to clients personally. The other thing in the Collaborate module is we're going to be looking at teaching skills. So again, when we're looking at partners, I myself used to have many staff running around, 25 staff. I now decide to engage partners instead of training staff. So rather than have staff running all over Victoria. We've got partners in different locations. And as I expand the business, we'll continue to expand through partnerships. And part of that process is to teach them the way we do things and teach them what we do. And so, for example, we had one of our partners who used to do CCTV. We taught him how to do wireless installations, and now he's added that to his skill. And that's additional income for us potentially. And if we decide to sell that training, it also helps us establish credibility, which one of the things you really want to be doing is position yourself as an industry leader in your niche, and setting up training courses and things like that will help you do that. And of course, you may want to learn new skills or add things to your existing options. And so this is an area where you would do that. Something we may look at in the future is project collaboration, when partners are working on joint projects and things like that. Next module is the network module. This is going to be not that difficult to set up on the portal, because a lot of these are going to be face-to-face meetings. There'll be monthly meetings, physical, online for the time being, obviously with the lockdown, but ultimately there'll be physical meetings of up to 16 different technology and owner members and business builders, and potentially some vendor partners. The matrix connections are where we really get to understand each other's businesses, and those connections in the meetings we've had have been very, very powerful indeed. In those meetings, we'll also run some partnership training, because there are quite a lot of aspects to developing partnerships, from all the way from mindset, understanding the right mindset to engage in partnerships, through to the different types of partnerships and how you engage, the risks and the rewards. And also in those meetings, we may have vendor briefings about new technologies and things like that, and even potentially some briefings from business builders. We will also be doing things like events, like road shows. We're doing one a regional road show in Ballarat in Q4 of this year, with an idea to run a series of these things over the following 12 months. During those briefings, there will be, during those road shows, there will be briefings on new technologies and things for members, which will be more technical, and also presentations that are less technical to clients of members and potentially new clients. Looking at doing annual road shows by region and by state. And also we've got things like social media. So we've got a private Facebook page. We'll be doing things like partner promotions and problem posts in the forums and things like that, of that nature. The online store is something that we'll have in the future again. Ultimately, we'll be able to, through the volumes that we'll be generating through the organisation, we'll be able to have things like supplier discounts. We may have collective credit terms where members who don't have long credit terms can actually work with members who do, things like that. We'll have technology vendors coming in on the online store. Members can also promote their products. We are encouraging members to start to specialise and develop products in their area of specialty. Also, eventually we may even, with enough volume or enough members, we might be able to start our own distribution platforms where we actually, TIA distributes products, and so we actually become, we can resell directly to members, so members can buy at aggregated wholesale prices. We also may at some stage in the future look at a trade exchange where we exchange services, time and products, similar to BBX or Bartercard. The fifth module is a build module. So this part has already been more or less completed. This is where the business builders can come in and help the business owners, or the members, sorry, with various challenges they've got. So this is a module that's already been built, but we've decided to move it from where it is into the build module, because this has also got in there the advisory board, where we'll select the board, which is firstly by using something like Roger Hamilton's Talent Dynamics or Wealth Dynamics to look at the different personality profiles, entrepreneurial personality profiles, and get matches on that, and matches on experience and role. So the idea of a board, it will last for 3 months, 1 quarter, which is about the time that you should be having milestones. So obviously in your business, you'll have a vision and a strategy to achieve that vision, which is broken down into 12-month and then monthly and quarterly strategies. And so when you've got an idea of what you want to achieve in the next quarter, you know the challenges and the type of people you want on your advisory board. We'll also be looking at helping with scheduling and facilitating board meetings and taking minutes and actions. One of the most exciting things about the board meetings are that we're going to be organising one-to-one meetings with the members within the board. This will enable you to meet up to 160 other business owners during the course of the year. So, for example, if you're a member of 6 boards and each board has 6 to 7 members, that could be 40 different business owners you'll get to meet in the space of 3 months. Multiply that by 4, it's 160 connections over that 12-month period. And there is no question that you're going to do lots of business in meeting that many business owners. The final aspect of the build module is build to exit, the first part of which is what I call the ladder to exit, which is really assessing where your business is in terms of its readiness to exit. This will help you decide the areas that you need to focus on to build your business. And the business to build a business platform has got 5 pillars of value. And so we've got different levels within the build to exit system. The first level is fairly low cost and doesn't take a lot of time, but basically gets you on the path to freeing up time and generating more cash so that you can start to work more on your business and go to the levels 2 and 3 where you engage more with the coaching ecosystem that we'll be putting together as part of build to exit. And the final module is the manage module, the first part of which is basically editing your portal. So that will be your profile, what you do, your profile video and reviews and that type of thing, who you'd like to meet, who you'd like to work with, and also who you need on your board for the next quarter. It'll also be an activity centre because obviously over time there's a lot of stuff going to be going on. So there'll be board meetings, partner meetings, the LAN meetings, partner communications and events. So eventually there's going to be quite a lot of stuff going on. Now, of course, one of the concerns is, do you have time for this? Again, we are talking with business owners who want to turn their business into an asset, meaning that they need to be working on their businesses more than working in them. So gradually, this whole platform is geared to moving business owners to be working on things that are going to build value in their businesses. And the Activity Centre is going to help them keep on top of all this by focusing on the things that really need to be done now and that are going to add most value right now. And finally, we'll look at this as probably something we'll do in the future, which is a resource scheduling, where you can schedule your own resources and schedule partner resources for jobs that you need done in the future. So next steps, what I want to do now is with the beta testing round 1, which we really want to start this week, being the 11th of August 2020, the objectives, the site needs to be intuitive, easy to navigate and easy to understand. The objective is not to have explainer videos and manuals to understand it. We're going to have those anyway, but really it should be very easy to navigate. Clearly there's a lot of stuff going on, so that's going to be quite a challenge to do that. But the idea would be that people can go in and use what they want to use and what they need to use at the time, and they need to use it. It needs to be alive, interesting and engaging. And so that's going to be interesting. So there's going to be a lot of video interaction, video blogs, probably gamification, all of that sort of thing. We want to try to roll into this site to make it really interesting and engaging to use. And obviously, most of all, it needs to be useful. It needs to add value. So what I want to do in this next section is to work in pairs. So we've put Andrew and Miles together, Neil and Sel, Gary and me, Arlene and Dennis and James and Laurie, and we'd like to have feedback. So maybe if you could spend an hour working in your pairs, working through the current site as it is, with what I've just presented as a background, and come up with your thoughts and ideas collectively at the next business development meeting on the 18th of August. After that, I'm looking at getting a user experience designer to assist. Hopefully we'll have them engaged by the 21st of August. We'll look at preparing a rollout schedule for the remaining modules by the 28th. Look to engaging the second round of beta testing, which is another 12 people by the Friday the 4th of September. That will probably take 6 to 8 weeks with a view to potentially launching on November the 1st. Earlier if possible, but that could be the date. And that is it.